Hello, everybody. Anybody coming in to join us right away? Just give it some time for everybody to get in before we get to it. I'm so excited to share this with you guys tonight. I've been thinking about it for so long, and I can't wait to just really be open and honest with you guys and just share with you some things. So hopefully the volume's okay. And somebody come on in and let me know how volume's doing. Hi, Emily. Looks like there's a couple people already. Just let me know if the volume's not okay, you guys, and I'll see if I can do something to change that, maybe. If you guys have if you are already a part of Vital 180 and you have some of the stuff that they have, go ahead and grab it real quick, and you can look through it with us as we're going through this. We're going to go through some of the stuff in here too. So go ahead and grab that if you want. If you need some, oh, all right. Thanks, Emily. Volume's good. Grab something to write with, maybe something to take notes with if you want. Some of this is going to be information that some of you guys already know, and some of it maybe not. So something to write with. Some books if you've got them from Vital 180. And I was going to have my squishy guy come in and say hi while we're waiting for everybody to get in, but he got distracted, so. But we're going to wait a few more minutes for everybody to join, and then I'm going to start by sharing with you guys some testimony stuff, and it's really become more pronounced just over this last weekend, and I can't wait to show you guys what happened that really made me excited about doing this class tonight. So come on in. Sorry, I'm feeling really goofy. I got good news, and I'm excited to share this. So do this. Okay. Got some stray kiddos walking around. Go ahead, Gaby. Gaby, do you want to come and say hi? Yeah. Come in here and say hi.
Hi, I got a new loft bed. It's down.
Okay. You guys go downstairs, watch a movie.
Okay, but I need to add something to my loft bed.
Go downstairs and talk to Dad about
I already asked him.
Okay. All right, so we're going to get started here. I am going to start sharing a few things with you guys. It's going to be pretty candid, and some of it I hesitate to share. I don't know, maybe that it's a little, it's hard to share some of this information or some of the testimony because our family was in a rough spot for a long time, and Young Living's changing that. So I see posts in some other groups of women, sharing things, and it's the same exact things that we have gone through for years and years, and I can totally relate to those difficulties and those hardships. And for me, at least, God has shown me a way out of that and a new way for our family. And so I want to just share that with people who are struggling in so many different ways of life, because there's an opportunity here to change that. And that opportunity was something I missed for years because I was biased about direct marketing companies. And so my bias kept my family in this, not just a financial hardship, but also in time constraints where we didn't have time for certain things, and I'll share more about that in a little bit. So the first thing that I want to share you about my testimony is that I had to first get rid of skepticism first before I could experience the full mission of Young Living. Young Living's full mission is to help their members experience not just wellness, but purpose and abundance. And So that's what I'm going to talk about tonight, is the purpose and the abundance. We know the wellness part that comes from Young Living. It's not just the genuine, authentic essential oils from the world leader in essential oils, but it's also the nutritional supplements and the lifestyle changes that come with the full wide range of products that Young Living has. So that's the wellness portion. Tonight we're going to talk about the purpose and abundance. But the thing about the purpose and the abundance is that my skepticism, my bias about direct marketing companies made me miss out on those things for years. Years that I could have changed my family's lives and really encouraged a different lifestyle that we had been looking for so long. And right off the bat, I'm going to tell you, we are not the kind of people who like to live it up and stuff like that. We sacrificed our vacation to 3 hours away one summer so that I could pay a midwife to have a home birth with our 6th child. And that's the extent of our family vacations, was to go 3 hours away and stay overnight for one night. That was the extent of our family's vacations that we've done in the past. So we've never, traveled large. We've never lived large or anything like that. And we don't have a desire to. For many, many years, I think it was probably almost 10 years, we struggled significantly. The housing market crashed in Minnesota. My husband does construction. He was the sole provider for our family as I was staying home with the kids. That just kept getting more. There was just more and more of them. And so we ended up having to move out of state, and we struggled for many, many years. And when I say struggled, I mean we had to get free food from the churches. We were on WIC and things like that, government health care. Some of this is a little bit difficult to share, but I want you to know where I'm coming from. My kiddos, we couldn't even afford to buy them socks and shoes as they needed, and so they had holes in them a lot. And just this year, I went to the store and I bought my kiddos brand new shoes. And I hadn't done that for so long. And you know what? They were at a cheap store, and so it wasn't even like they were expensive shoes or anything. But just the feeling that I could go and buy my kids shoes that were the size they needed, and that they were going to last them a while, and that they were new, and that they got to pick them out. It was a pretty good feeling for me, because we've always had to just wait for secondhand hand-me-downs, or we've had to shop at thrift stores over and over to try to find some that fit. Sometimes they just wear ones that kind of fit just because that's what we had, that's what we found. There's been a lot of times like that, and my husband for years had worked 2 jobs, sometimes getting 3-4 hours of sleep at night in his car some nights, because he would work in the cities at night and his job would be in the cities the next morning, and it was too far to drive home, so he would sleep in his car working 2 jobs, providing for us. And during that time, I was a member of Young Living, and I had a large following on Facebook, but I held back talking about Young Living, even though I loved the stuff, and I found the products and the essential oils to be very valuable in my practice, but I would get some backlash every time I would share anything about Young Living, so I backed down, and I didn't want to say anything. I didn't want to stir it up or whatever. But I wasn't making I was making almost nothing running Healthy Families for God, and even providing my services to people. I was charging $50, $75 for a consult that would take me hours and hours and hours, and I never enforced that people would pay because I just liked doing it so much. And so it was a lot of time spent, but I wasn't contributing to my family's income. And so I knew something had to change. And then last year, our team's Royal Crown Diamond leaders, Brenda and Scott Schuler, came out with this new Vital 180 launch program. They launched it last October, and this is some of that stuff that they launched. So, you know, some of you are familiar with our Vital 180 stuff because if you're in their downline, you know what the stuff is. So anyway, they came out with this new website where they were giving us all these resources to share Young Living. The only thing was I still had to get over my bias about direct marketing, and I had to get over the criticism that I knew I would receive for sharing these products, these things that were a huge part of our family's natural health and a part of my clients' natural health, their successes with getting healthy naturally. So I decided not to hold it in anymore and to share it. And so in that year, things have drastically changed for our family in one short year. In one short year, my check last month was for $3,000, and that's not the best part, but it has helped our family significantly. My husband went from 6 days a week, sometimes 7 days a week of working, to 4 or 5 days, and on those days that he's home, we can actually afford to do things together as a family. My husband takes the kiddos one at a time per week to a special date night with Dad where they go bowling or they go do something like that. And even that expense, doing that once a week for 4 weeks in 1 month, we wouldn't have been able to afford before. And so I'm just talking little things like that that have really meant a lot to our family, that are family time things, that are also things to help bring out those passions that our children have. We couldn't afford piano lessons before I started this, even though I knew that was something that my daughter was gifted in. And so Young Living has helped with that, and the horseback riding lessons that she gets to, that's been something that I have just been praying about for years for her. And so for me to be able to help provide the finances for her to do that, it means the world to me and to her and to our family. We homeschool, and so there's been a lot of classes that they can't take. They hadn't been able to take in the past, even though I knew that they would be really good for them because we couldn't afford them. And this year, thanks to Young Living and to God, I've been able to pay for them to have American Sign Language classes also. So they started on that. So these are just a few of the things that this abundance part of Young Living has meant for our family. And so when I say work at home, I'm saying contributing to the family's, the family activities, family fun, family growth, the children's growth in things like classes and lessons and things like that. So that's what it means to me. So that's part of the why for me. The purpose, the wellness, and the purpose part of the mission is a huge part of it too. When you wake up in the morning and you're so excited about your work and how you're going to help people, that significantly changes your life too. And when I get testimonials from people saying how their lives are changed, it helps keep me going, and it reminds me that I'm right on where I should be. And those are the things that remind me that it doesn't matter what the critics are saying, because they're not seeing the difference that it's making for so many people. And this isn't like the cliche direct marketing thing. We're changing lives, because this goes hand in hand with the same exact thing that I've been doing with Healthy Families for God, helping people holistically get their health back. But it's done differently because with Young Living we have a team. And so we have friends that support us. We are all on the same team when we're in it together. And so there's so much more purpose in that than just a practitioner-client relationship where it's just that. Because with our team, we have other people who know things that maybe I wouldn't be able to offer my clients, where we have varying options and varying input on different things. And we have other members on our team, they have their own personal testimonies too of things that have worked for them that my clients might want to know or might need to know. So the team part of Young Living provides so much more purpose, and and help than what my old model of business did. So I'm doing the same thing that I was doing before, but I'm doing it with a team. I'm doing it with a company that cares about us and that is extremely generous and is always giving us opportunity to get more stuff to help us along, and so much more. The other part of that team aspect of this is friendships. I have some of the most amazing friends, some that I've never actually met in person, but they mean the world to me, and I trust them with details of my life that I don't even always tell my extended family members, because they have been an incredible support for me. And some of you who are watching this know exactly who I'm talking about, because I'm talking about you. But that means the world to me. And you guys, when I was doing Healthy Families for God by myself, and I was providing my services for people just on that practitioner client basis and nothing else, and I didn't have that team support, I got overwhelmed. I got burnt out. And so having this team and having the support from a team helps prevent burnout too when I'm doing this. So those are some of the benefits of doing it with the direct marketing style. So what I'm saying, I guess, in my opinion, is that the direct marketing style of business is 1,000 times better than what I was doing before when I was self-employed, not really earning that much, spending a lot of time doing it. I was helping people and that helped. But because I didn't have that team support, I was getting burnt out really fast. So that's my story, a little bit of where I'm coming from to share tonight's information with you. And the other part that I love about Young Living is when not just the abundance that it's giving my family to have more family time. Because you guys, I wish I could have given you a little bit of glimpse of our past. Where we had vehicle situations where we didn't even need to fit our whole entire family in the vehicle together because we never got to go together. I mean, my husband wasn't home much at all because he was working so hard. So we didn't get to do family things for years, maybe once every few months or something. So that's something that's changed for us. And the other thing is too that when I'm doing better financially with Young Living, I get to pass that on to other people. And so I get to offer them, I get to be more generous with gifts. And I love buying gifts for people and sending them things when they have a new baby or when they move or they have just different things going on in their lives. And I couldn't do that before. Other people blessed us for so long when we were in our difficult times. But for so long, I wanted to be able to do that for people too. And so thankfully, thanks to Young Living, that's turning around and I'm able to do that for other people too. And so abundance isn't about having a bunch of money and time so we can do whatever we want for ourselves. To me, it means having the resources to bless other people, starting with our family and then out from there too. Do you have something you want to share? My husband's here. And so I thought, I asked him earlier if he had any insight because he has worked so hard for so long and missed out on so much family time for a couple of reasons. Because, it's hard taking care of kids and I was doing that, but we were playing a lot, which, we should, but he was missing out on that playtime too. And I thought, well, I just can't work. I'm taking care of the kids. But I can work and I can take care of my kids. My Young Living business works around my family time. So we homeschool. We work around their lessons and their classes and things like that. And our family time, it works around all of that. And so, you can't get that with other jobs. So, what? Do you want to say something? He's just listening. That's fine. You can listen.
I'm just saying,
Okay.
it's not just a job. It's other stuff.
Do you want to come over here and say that?
It's something that grows.
Come over
As
here and
you
say
grow,
that.
It grows.
Okay.
It's not like a job where you
Okay, just
work
start it
9 to
over.
5.
Hold on. I'm going to get him. Come here.
Okay.
Okay, he's got something he's going to say. This is my husband, if you didn't see our Oils for Dudes video. Okay.
Hi.
Okay, what do you want to say?
I just wanted to say that
I mean, Young Living, this isn't, it's not a job. This is an opportunity to work together with people that you love to work with. And it's not like working. I mean,
It's
it grows as you grow, and the finances grow. And it's not like a 9 to 5 where you're stuck in this wheel going around and
Exactly.
around. It's an opportunity to change your entire life. I mean, we struggled for years. So
And it feels like the last few months, especially, it felt like it doesn't have to be that way.
well, no, and everybody's a skeptic because we all think we have to work so hard. I mean, don't get me wrong, you work hard.
Yeah,
But-
but it's fun work. I mean, I like my work.
Right.
That's part of the purpose.
But
part
we
of
all think that that something like this can't happen. That it's too good to be true's thing, type of thing.
Right.
And
Yeah. True.
and that's why people are skeptical. I think we're all used to it, used to having to struggle. I mean, and work 9 to 5 and all that kind of stuff to support our families, and we miss out on a lot of opportunities to do things for other people and in our
Yes.
family. So
Yep.
that's all I want to say.
Thanks.
Okay.
Appreciate that.
You bet.
So, okay, we've covered my story and the why part of it. So, we're gonna talk about what is it? So, what is this job? Oh, so this is it's like Pete said, it's a lifestyle. So, I guess if there's a prerequisite to it, it's that you have a passion for natural health and for helping people, that you are compassionate and you really have a desire to see people have good health, and, just use the natural things that God has given us for our health. So that's basically the only prerequisite. You have to get rid of bias about direct marketing structured companies. Like I said before, it's basically just, I have a Costco membership and I pay to get that membership, and I cannot even count how many times or how many people I've told to get a Costco membership. Like, you seriously paying how much for organic spinach? It's at Costco. And, oh, that organic, yeah, I got that at Costco. Get a membership. Well, recently, Costco gave these voucher thingies where if I tell somebody about Costco and they get a membership, I get money back or something like that. And I'm like, why haven't you guys had this? I have been telling people about Costco for years, and I could surely save on my bill of groceries because I can't walk out of there with spending less than $300. So Young Living and direct marketing companies, at least Young Living's direct marketing style, is a lot like that. We're just sharing about something that we love, and it's helping us too. It helps people. So we're not selling things to people. We are doing the same thing we would do when we care about somebody. We want to see them change their life. Just change that toxic lifestyle that so many people are living and encourage them to live a better lifestyle. And a lot of us, I know that we're here together tonight, I already do that. You already have such a passion for helping people live naturally. And so, if we're gonna do it and we can get past our bias about direct marketing structures, we can use this to bless our families and to not struggle and to be able to bless other people as well. And it is such an amazing feeling. I just love being able to add some more stuff onto my Young Living order that I can mail to people and send them and just encourage them with a little note or whatever, because life's hard and just a little bit of encouragement goes a long way nowadays. So, and I wanted to do that for so long, but I couldn't afford to, I couldn't afford socks for the kids when they were holy. So anyway, the other thing, though, the other requirement for succeeding in abundance with Young Living is valuing yourself and your time. You have to see the value of the time that you're taking away from your family or whatever else you're doing to invest in other people and to help them. I guess it's kind of, to me, like, and this is coming from my experience as a health practitioner for years. it's like the free cat analogy. If there's a free cat, people are going to be much more likely to just grab it, and then they'll figure out if they're going to take good care of it or not, versus a cat that's $60 for an adoption fee and you have to fill out papers or whatever. So the people who are going to go through the time and the money to pay for that cat and get that cat that's adopted and whatever, they're more likely to take good care of it. And when I used to give out free health information, and I still do because I love doing it, but when I would do it all the time, I would get people who would say, yeah, okay, thanks, I'll think about that, and it just toss it aside. And when I had, at the time, I maybe had 15,000 people on my Healthy Families for God page, and that adds up. If I'm getting 10 messages a day from people who are just asking me health questions and they haven't had to pay anything to get that health help, and I pay thousands of dollars for my programs to study this information to help people and stuff like that. And they're just going to cast aside that information that I've been investing time into to help them out and time away from my family. I started valuing myself more and my time and my kids' time, my family time, and saying this is worth something to me. That time is worth something to us, and so it should be worth something to somebody else. And so valuing yourself and having a passion for helping other people are important for this. The first thing you have to do if you want to succeed is finding your why. My why was because I was sick and tired of my family struggling so hard to have basic necessities of life and to have family time. So everybody's why is going to be different usually, but you've got to find your why. Your why is what's going to push you to succeed. That why has to be strong enough to get you through the hard times where things are going like this and like this. And so the why has to be a very big motivating factor in your life. It has to keep you going, because in direct marketing, your success depends on your drive. And so if your why isn't strong enough to keep your drive going, you won't succeed. So the first thing you want to do is find your why. What's the reason you want to do this? And sometimes that'll take time to think about, and actually sometimes it takes time to develop your why as you're getting into it. And the cool thing with this is once you start pursuing Young Living as a business or just seeking the purpose and abundance mission of Young Living, you're not committed to it. You don't have to do anything. There's never any requirements to do anything, no matter how long you've been doing it. So you can decide to do it for a little bit, and then something comes up, or you have a baby, or you have a family crisis or something. And that's the beauty with direct marketing is it's around your schedule. So your life, your family. And so it doesn't have to be something that you can't stop. So, let me see here. Number 2. Okay, so caring. Caring is the first step to wanting to, or to succeeding in this. Caring about other people and their health and their needs. When you see a post on Facebook and somebody says, maybe a health issue that they're struggling with, does it just feel you right in the gut and you just go, oh, I want to help them? That's what made me want to do this, because I was already doing that and I just want to help people with that. When you have the answers, you've got to not be afraid to share them. And I've got my fair share of negative responses when I've just shared, whether it was saying you just really need some vitamin C, or I got an oil for that, or you might want to avoid the antibiotics or something like that. And you're probably sometimes going to get maybe some backlash, and that's okay. Not everybody's going to accept it, but it doesn't mean you stop caring. And when you care, you've got to put that into action. You can't keep that caring inside. because there's a world out there who needs these answers. And there's a lot more people who are desperate for these answers and this information than we know. So caring and then sharing, caring and sharing. Sharing your own testimonies, sharing the health information. So the coolest thing is that we have Vital 180. So our team's Royal Crown Diamond leaders, which just means way, way, way up there, the top people, they came out with these resources last year through Vital 180. Vital 180 is this team they put together, and they came out with this whole new website and all these resources. So what they have done is they have given every member in their downline access to this website where you can download free classes, a free Intro to Essential Oils class, a free Ningxia Red class, a free Detox Your Home class, all these free classes, whether you want to do them on Facebook or you want to do them in person. They have all the materials you need to do them. You don't even have to come up with this stuff. They have made it so easy to share and care that all you have to do is want to hang out with people and just have that passion for helping them. And so as a mom who barely ever got out for years and years, I can say that's one of my favorite parts, is getting out and hanging out with other people. And so if you're a mom who's stuck at home a lot and stuff, this is also a great way to get some time away and get some time with friends. So the classes are done for you if you already signed up with Vital 180 as your or under them. And that again is part of the value of having a team. So we have these resources already available to us. They also have infographics that you can download, and it'll automatically put in your personalized information. And so you can just share away the information that they've already put up there, and it'll have your name on it. So there's a lot of other resources on there too. There's the Business to the Next Level training, and so it will take you into a whole new world of videos and documents and books to help you grow in your character and to help learn about the company and learn more about how you can share and things like that. And one of the most important things that I've learned, and I'm still learning and always learning, is that it's very important to grow as a person, to grow in your own character in order to succeed. And the training in Vital 180 will go into that a lot. And there's a lot of good books to help you with that they list in that book. And I'll probably cover some of them tonight too. See, Patty says, I'm sharing and caring. It's amazing how easy it is to share something you love. It really is. That's the thing. Do you love it? Do you have a passion for it? Then this is just taking what you love and just making it even better for you and for other people too. So these are some of the books that we have available to us in Vital 180. And so we're going to go into these in a minute. These are resources that I like to get in the hands of every new member. This is their welcome booklet, and so it talks about how to join or how to log into your account and just the basics of having a membership. And you know, before we had this, we had a lot of people who are like 6 months later, they're like, I don't even know how to order anything. So, you know, these resources are so valuable. This is just a Simply Sharing book, and I really like it because it just has so much good basic information for people who just want to learn the basics of essential oils and stuff like that. And so these are available to buy from Vital 180, but there are digital copies available for free on the website too to members. So I don't know, does anybody know if those are accessible to non-members? I guess I haven't figured that out yet. So, but you can view them online on their website if you're a Vital 180 member, in the digital copy too, or whatever. So, okay. So, one other thing that is not a requirement, but in my book it is a requirement to succeeding the purpose and abundance portion of Young Living, is to be on the Essential Rewards program. If it's a lifestyle and you want to share that lifestyle, part of that lifestyle is oh, thanks, Kira. Okay, you can send those Simply Sharing book to link to non-members. So I will put up the link for this book too, and you guys can check it out if you haven't seen it before, for those of you that haven't seen that before. Because it's a lifestyle, it means using and incorporating all these products into your life each day. The Essential Rewards program is like the monthly order where you get free stuff and things like that. And so the free stuff about it is pretty cool too, because that gives you new things to try that you maybe wouldn't have tried before, and then you go, wow, I really like that product, and I know somebody who would be perfect for. They could really use that in their life, or they really need that for something. So the Essential Rewards program is important. And with the Essential Rewards program, for those of you who aren't members yet, the Essential Rewards program is Young Living's, it's like an auto ship program, but it's just another way of putting an order in. Yeah, like John said, it's the Young Living Box of the Month Club. So it's just you pick what you want, you buy what you want each month. There's a minimum, but it's really low, and it's you get a percentage back of every month's order for free stuff. So, and a lot of free stuff. I'm getting $75 back in free stuff every month from the Essential Rewards program. And that's not even talking about the promos that they have each month, which is a couple $100 worth of stuff. So, so that's another way that Young Living's style of a company helps me to live healthier and provide better for my family too, because we're getting so many free oils each month. So, okay. Okay, so I have the income disclosure statement, and I'm going to see if I can post it in our group, in our events page, so you can look at it. And this is the average income for each rank with Young Living. There are different ranks, and I'm going to see if I can multitask here. Okay, I think I can. So this is the income disclosure statement that I'm posting in our event. And you can look at it if you want. It seems to be pretty accurate. Okay, I'm only up to silver, and I'm working on the level of gold, hopefully in the next couple months here. And so I find the average income that it's saying to be pretty accurate, but it definitely varies a lot. There's a lot of variables in this. And so at, like I said before, my check for October is $3,000, and the average income for silver is $2,200 a month. And the month before that, that's what it was. And so, I mean, you know, it went up $300 for a couple of months, and then the last month it went up like $800. And so, you know, what other job are you going to get, you know, a raise that much every month? And so it'll show the one thing I want to focus on too is at the end of this chart, it says the, no, not that one. Oh, no. Okay. Sorry. Right here towards the beginning, it says average hours worked per week. Okay. And so look at silver level, the average hours worked per week is 18 hours per week. And so it's not, it's a part-time job, not quite a 20-hour part-time job. And that varies a lot too. You know, if you're trying to achieve these ranks faster and faster, because your family just needs to be in a different spot like mine did or something, it's obviously going to be more hours than that. But I don't know if that it is necessarily, because I don't know that I've really spent that much time. But so that's a good thing to look at too, the average hours worked per week at each different level. But then again, you know, this is direct marketing, you're self-employed, so this is really your schedule, the way you run it. The one thing that I would offer as far as spending time goes in this business is investing in your current members, in the people who have signed up. Now, even if you've just kind of really just used essential oils from Young Living yourself, and maybe you've, you know, your sister or your mom or somebody signed up underneath you or whatever, I would just encourage you to just really invest in them, because one of the ways that I messed up bad was I became a member in 2013. God, I thought it was longer ago. No. Okay. And because I was working so hard with my Healthy Families for God business, I let my members who were signing up under me with Young Living just kind of fall to the wayside, and I wasn't supporting them. I didn't know how, and I didn't even think about it. I didn't know how the business worked, and like I said, I just didn't like the idea of this as a business. And I could have been supporting them and helping them out the whole time. So, you know, I think it's something that just adds value to our life and to theirs as well, just investing in people. So that's, you know, I would take that into account when you're considering the average hours worked per week. Because with the Vital 180 resources that we have on our team now, and keep in mind with Young Living, there are different downlines and different Royal Crown Diamond leaders, and not everybody is under the ones, our leaders who came out with Vital 180. So these resources aren't available to all Young Living members. In fact, there's so many times where people are getting together with other Young Living members and they're saying, man, I wish we were in your guys' downline. I wish we were in their downline. We want those resources so bad. And so that's how they invested in us. Our Royal Crown Diamond leaders invested in us by making these resources available. So, and it just really does. It adds value to our lives. And that's when I really started getting into the business, when I saw that they were offering all these resources out to us, and we just got to do the fun stuff and hang out and things like that and encourage people. So that's a little bit about the ranks. You can see the ranks in the income disclosure statement that I posted in our event. And so, you know, a distributor is basically just somebody who just buys their products, and that's about it. From there it goes star, senior star, executive, and silver. And basically, if you ask me, once you get to silver, you're kind of set, you know. It still requires some work on your part, but you've built a structure, a foundation underneath you. You've got a team that you can support and that'll support you back. And so really just, I guess I would say, if you're going to set a goal when you're looking at the ranks, I would say just look at silver. And here's one of the cool things that comes with Young Living too: free trips. And like I said in the beginning, you know, we're not big travelers or anything, but who's going to say no to a free trip? So once you reach the rank of silver, you get invited to go onto the Silver Retreat, which is an all-expense paid trip for a VIP tour of Young Living's farm in Utah. So I get to go on that in, I think it's like August or September. So, and because of Young Living, I also won a cruise in, what is it, March to April, the end of March to April, to the Caribbean. So I don't know, I've never done anything like that before, but like really, who's not going to do that? So that's just another part of the bonuses. Young Living's extremely generous, and they always have contests and just things like that. So that's pretty cool. And I don't know, I mean, really, what do other people think about traveling? I mean, maybe I'm weird because we didn't really do that before, and probably because we couldn't afford it before. But I guess, you know, it looks like traveling's kind of like high on the list for a lot of people, it seems like. So I don't know, maybe that's an incentive for some people too. It wasn't for me, but so there are different bonuses and commissions with Young Living, and it gets a little bit complicated, but in the basic share guide, thanks Kelly, it talks about the, no, let me see if it does. I thought it was in here. Okay, so in this, at the end of this book, it talks about the basics about the bonuses. So when you share Young Living with somebody and they start with a premium starter kit, Young Living pays you a $25 start living bonus. They also give you a fast start bonus whenever you have a new member, and that's 25%, which the commissions is generally 8%, but when you have a new member, it's 25% for their first 3 months. So basically, if they buy a premium starter kit, that's a $50 bonus right there. because a starter kit is worth 100 PV. And so sometimes we are able to put that back in and offer people incentives for getting started and things like that. And what I do too is that, you know, I use that money to buy these resources and to get them in their hands to help them along. You know, you're still gonna benefit and stuff from it too. So some of that's just the initial bonuses. The one thing to keep in mind is that in order to get the bonuses, you basically have to be an active member showing that you're using these products too. And so that requires a 50 PV, which is basically like $50 order that month to get those bonuses. To get your commissions, that changes, that goes up to 100 PV requirement to get your commissions, which is the 8% on all the people that you've enrolled. And that's just the basic on your enrollments for the first line. And I'm not going to get into the bonuses and stuff too much, but that's kind of just the basics of it. And if you look at this the Grow Guide from Vital 180, this one goes into it in depth a bit. And so it shows the bonuses. You've got the Start Living and the Fast Start bonuses that I talked about. And then the Rising Star, which is another bonus that you can get when you first start out in your first few ranks. And then it just kind of, it goes into the different commissions, the different, like here's the 8% and the different ranks. So you've got Distributor, Star, and so you can see that as you get up in rank, you get more commissions. And then once you move on from Executive and you get Silver, you are eligible for new bonuses. And what I can tell you is when I hit Silver and I was eligible for these new bonuses, the Generational Leadership bonus and the Generational Commission, it shot my check up that first month that I became Silver. My check was suddenly like $600 more just from that bonus. So that's another reason to get to that level. You know, you're doing the same amount of work and it just jumps up because of those bonuses at the higher levels. There's also some other really great incentive for doing good, and this is if you have a lot of drive. And if you don't, this will help get that drive in you. Some of you may have seen that kit that I got, that $2,000 worth of essential oils for free. See if I can get it here. Okay, so I mean, I got this for free, and this was the old bonus for hitting Silver within 6 months. So from the time I hit Executive level to the time that I hit Silver level, it had to be within 6 months to get this. And this is part of the old program. Now they've changed the program and it's called the Elite Express program. And so if you hit a certain rank within certain months, within a certain time frame, there's some amazing freebies you get. And so, you know, when I'm like, oh, I want to get this rank, that's usually why I want to get that rank. It's not because I care about the rank and the whatever title or something. It's because there's some really cool free stuff. And I can really help my family out more when I get all this stuff for free. So I'm just going to see if I can show you. Like, okay, check this out. This was like, I don't even know. Like, okay, so I got some out of there because they're in my bathroom. See if I can show you this. Like, look at this. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Full free. Full free. And you know what, you guys? I could not have gotten this without my team. They pulled in at the last minute when I was just barely not going to make it. And they came together and they helped me get it. That's team. I wouldn't have got that before when I was just out solo on my own. So we work together as a team. And you know what? That's another thing I'll talk about is how we can help each other out too with the direct marketing organization. So anyway, the Elite Express program, you get, for instance, let me think here. Okay. So when you first become a member, you're a distributor. When you hit star rank, which is just having a total points volume, I don't want to get into the details of like the words and stuff and the names for everything too much for those who are new to this or looking into it a little bit. But from the time when you first become a member, you're what's called a distributor. That's the rank that you're at. If you have 500 total points, which is basically the amount of your order, and then anyone who you've maybe enrolled, shared Young Living with, or maybe people who have just wanted to buy a few things and stuff. If it totals 500 or more, which 500 is basically like dollars, wholesale dollars, then you become star level. So from star level to executive, if you get that next level in 3 months, you're going to get Seed to Seal collection featuring the Area diffuser, which is like a $200 diffuser. It's gorgeous. It's a glass dome with a wood bowl underneath it, and it's got all these fancy things that it does. And then essential oils too. Peppermint, Idaho Blue Spruce, and Ylang Ylang. And Padfolio. Where's my Padfolio? I'll show you if I have it. Okay, I don't know where it is. Anyway, it's just like a iPad folder thingy that has the Young Living name on it. It's super cute. Anyway, so if I get gold by the end of January, I get a year's supply of Ningxia Red, which for our family would probably be 2 months, maybe, if we're lucky. The Thieves collection, including 2-pack of Thieves laundry soap, 3-pack of Thieves foaming hand soap, 2 32-ounce Thieves foaming hand soap refill, 2 64-ounce Thieves household cleaner, 2 bottles of Thieves essential oil, and a gold iPad mini. So, really that's my motivation for wanting to hit that next level. But my other motivation too is because when I hit that next rank, my income goes up, my husband gets more time home. And so we're working towards complete semi-retirement for him. More family time. We need to make up for all that time that he's worked so hard and been away from our family. So, anyway, but the Elite Express program is another amazing benefit. So, this book, I would suggest getting one, and if you haven't enrolled with Young Living yet, and you are talking to somebody on our team who is enrolled and they're a leader, you can ask them if they have any of these on hand. Ask me to, I have a few on hand for those who are thinking about enrolling and starting the business too. There's some worksheets you can work through in here, helping you find your why, helping you develop habits to be successful. And then the share book that I showed you earlier also has some sharing do's and don'ts. So, of course, one of the big don'ts is don't try to sell people stuff. What we're just going to do is share the benefits of Young Living with people, share the benefits of essential oils, give them our testimonies of how our lives have been changed, and help them find the answers that they need when they need them. And so it's basically just like I was doing before with Healthy Families for God, but it's just so much better. So those are the guides that we have. And when you are succeeding and you have people who are interested in doing this too, you can send them these books or give them to them and help them succeed. Where is it? I don't have it up here. Another book is called The 4-Year Career, the Young Living edition, and that has the testimonies of people who have completely experienced the abundance portion of Young Living, including our Royal Crown Diamond leaders, Brenda and Scott, and just how they did it and how long it took. And so that's the one thing everybody wants to know. How long is this going to take? Well, I can tell you for sure that you can't quit your day job if you need that income right now. I started last October when Brenda and Scott came out with this, and before I had kind of shared Young Living hit or miss, but I never really did anything with it because like I said, I just had bias about the company's type and didn't like the criticism I got when I did share it. So last October was when I really did it, really started. So it was a year, and so in a year, my check has gotten up to $3,000 a month. So it might take longer for other people. And on the chart that I shared in our events page, it does have the average amount of months to achieve that rank. So to achieve silver rank, the average amount of months is 32 months. That's 2.5 years. It didn't take me that long. But I did already have somewhat of a business built underneath me because I had to let people sign, I had people enroll under me, but I didn't really, whatever. It's all up to each person. We have people in our team, in my team, who have been with the company for a lot less time, and they are just soaring because they have such a passion, and their passion just spreads like wildfire. And so it's really all up to you how long it's going to take. But I would say that if you have a day job, you don't want to quit it yet. So what you're looking at is this is more like a retirement plan in some ways. And in one way, it's that you're not going to get instant income from it. You will. It's more like free oils because, if it's $50, $100 here or there, it would kind of just be like helping get the products that your family uses to stay healthy for free. And so the one thing that I would offer is when you first start out, don't count that as income. Invest it back into your business. I only started keeping some of this back as income for me within the last probably 6 months. The first 6 months at least, I poured it all right back into the business. I was getting people the resources that they needed to be successful. I was getting myself the resources that I needed to be successful. Getting just materials and products and, reference books and things like that. And so the more you invest in it at first, the farther it's going to go, in my opinion. And that's what I've seen. And if you read some of the books, like The 4-Year Career, it shows how the investing in it is going to help it go farther. So I would say if you're looking to have substantial income from this, give it a couple years of really good investment into it, or a year, maybe just a year. Depends on how good you do. But, get those resource books and things like that. And I can get some for the people who are enrolled through me too. I like to offer those out too. So the best way to start is, check out, if you are enrolled through us, go to your Vital 180 website. If you're not registered with them and you're on our team, get registered with them. Get your own, website with them or whatever, or get on their website and start the business to the next level training. The training there is so inspiring, and it really focuses on personal growth, and that is the key to this business. And so when you're growing in this business, you're growing in life, because you're working on character building and things like that, personal development. Another thing is to be a part of our team's classes. At first, you can check out how our team does our class. If you're next to somebody locally who you're enrolling through, or somebody on our team, go to the local classes. Go to them time after time and just really get a feel for how they work and what the resources are and the materials are that we have on our team. And then the Facebook classes, we do those too. And if you're on our team, you can share those classes. And what we're going to do is say, if there's somebody who's joining this class that's on our team, go ahead and talk to them if you're ready to become a member, or if you want some help just ordering some essential oils or products or something. And so that's another way that our team works together. Hosting your own class would be the next step after that. And maybe it sounds a little intimidating, but it's really just getting together, and you're going to share the resources that are already put together for you by Vital 180. And it's super easy. If you're next to somebody in our team locally, you can ask them for help hosting the class or teaching it. You can You can host it at a public place. If you don't have a place that you'd like to host it at, whether your home or something else, there's a lot of public options out there. And you can just ask somebody to help you teach it. And that's the team way that we do this. Get your hand on some books like the For Your Career, the Young Living edition. And I'll put a link in our events page for that book too. That book is very powerful. It really helps you just set out a timeline. One of the stories that's featured in that book is by Adam Green. He's a Royal Crown Diamond leader from Canada, and he is the youngest Royal Crown Diamond leader in Young Living's history. He became a Royal Crown Diamond leader, which if you look at our chart, what are we talking? A monthly income average of around $144,000 per month. He hit that level when he was 25 years old. When he was 21 years old, I think he was like a personal trainer or something like that. And his mom was a Young Living member, and she was sharing it a lot. And he thought, you know what? I don't want to do this the rest of my life, because if I work for 40 years and I save up this much each year, then I might have enough for the last, 20 years of my life. And he thought, I don't want to live like that. So he really started thinking, which was pretty smart for a 21-year-old to just even think like that. But so he started thinking like that, and he started looking at the direct marketing model of business and thought, maybe there's a way that I don't have to work 40 years and then have a little retirement. So he looked into the direct marketing company, and what he learned is a lot of the information that's in the For Your Career book. And it's talking about investing in your business the first year, and it's talking about how the business is like a car on a hill. And so when you first start out and you're on the hill, you're at the bottom of the hill, and you're having to push that car up the hill. And it gets hard, especially as you go. It gets harder and harder, and you might just want to let it go. And some people do. A lot of people do. And that's why we're not seeing huge, everybody's succeeding with it, because it takes perseverance and effort. And so you're getting there and you're getting there, and some people don't see how close they are to the top and they give up. But if you keep persevering and you keep that passion alive for helping people, and you've got a team like ours to support you and keep you going, you get to the top. And you're like, wow, this is pretty nice. I mean, you're still kind of pushing your car a little bit just to keep it going. And then you get to a point where you just coast down the hill. And the book talks about how to get on that hill like that, and how to get to the point where you're coasting down the hill. It's got exact numbers and really great information. Another, so then the Vital 180 booklets are good resources too. And if you already have members in your team, and you're under our team or under Vital 180, get these books and get them in the hands of people that that you're sponsoring. And then GoPro is another one. You'll see some stuff about that on the Business to the Next Level training. There's a whole list of books that are great for developing your personal character and developing your business in the Business to the Next Level training courses. So if you're a member through Vital 180, whether it's on our team or a different team that is still under their downline or in their downline, get on Vital 180. That website is so valuable, and we are so fortunate to have that. And then what time are we at? Okay, we're doing good. So then the last few things that I want to add, tips for success. So other than the things that we've talked about in the personal character development, some simple tips for success. Samples. How many of you are going to buy $160 worth of stuff if you never use it and you don't even know if it works? People need to see samples. They need to see how these work. And especially with the huge prevalence of essential oils, most of which are adulterated out there, and a lot of people have had experience with it, and they're like, yeah, they smell great, but they don't really work. You say it works like that? Yeah, I don't think so. And they're super skeptical, because that's how the stuff that you get at the store works. And so when you give somebody a sample of Digest and they rub it on their belly when their dinner didn't agree with them and they go, oh, that stuff actually works. Yeah, they realize that, they don't have to turn to conventional stuff to stay healthy. So samples are key to success. You can buy little sample glass bottles from Young Living. They actually come with the starter kits too, so that you can share along with little sharing cards. You can also buy more of them from Young Living. You can buy sample packets from Young Living for sharing. I just, like for this one, man, I've had to share a lot of this one because it is amazing. And you can, if you're not familiar with M-Grain, you're going to have to just kind of use a little bit of your imagination to figure out what it's for, because we can't say what it's for. It's for, so like, stress is getting to me a little bit. I just need a little bit of this, and so I've had to put this in sample bottles to share with people. And you can save your empty bottles and just add it to there and put a new, just a piece of paper and a tape over it saying what it is. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. But you've got to keep them with you, because there's always somebody who needs something, and we've got the answers. So keep them with you. One of the biggest tips for success is friendships. I've known people who've really wanted to succeed in this business, but they didn't have a lot of friends, and they didn't get out there to make ones. They didn't have a community that they were a part of. They didn't have groups and things like that. So having friendships and genuinely caring about people is key to success. And sometimes having this kind of a business can help you with that, especially with all the personal character developing books that you're encouraged to read in this too. And that's my favorite part of this business. So if you're an extrovert, it's going to work super great for you. But even if you're not, it can still work. And then like I said earlier, another tip for success is valuing yourself and your time. I do a lot of things for free, and I'm okay with that. But I did have to find balance. And I had to learn to say no. And I had to learn to say, I can't offer that right now to you, or I can offer that if this, because I value my time and I value my family's time. So there has to be some boundaries there in order to succeed. And then one of the most important things for success is goals. You have to have goals. And I don't just mean like, I want to be successful. I mean, I want to earn this much at this rank by this month. Concrete goals. I've seen the difference it makes in people who have those concrete goals and who say, I just want to keep getting better or keep doing better. It makes a huge difference. There's worksheets, I think. Otherwise, I'll post some for having your goals, specific goals. And I can't remember where the study was, but there was a study at a college, and I'm probably going to totally botch this. But there was a study at a college where they tested the students. They looked at some that had clear, concrete goals written out for their future, and some that just kind of had general goals, and some that had no goals written out. And they looked at these same people 10 years down the road. And 10 years later, the ones that had no goals were making, I think it was a huge number less financially, and they were less abundant in just the other areas of life too than the people who had set concrete goals. And then the ones who had set some goals, general goals, were in the middle. And the numbers really speak for themselves, and I'm going to see if I can find them and share them with you, because it's something that really impacted me when I learned it. And when I learned it, wow, I didn't even push post for that. Sorry, I didn't even push post for that income disclosure statement. So there, now it's available. I guess I can't multitask. Let me see if I can find this post for you. The numbers were really amazing. They really spoke for themselves. So setting concrete goals is so crucial. You have got to say, I am going to share Young Living with, this many people in this month. and I'm going to have this many classes to share it, and I'm going to make this many phone calls or whatever. And you know what I will say too, I find that most people don't really like phone calls nowadays. So just shoot them a text. No pressure, you know. I don't, the pressure thing just, So it's just more selling than it is caring to me. But anyway, everybody's got their own ways too. I mean, I have people who are doing like amazing at this, and they have a style that I'm like, man, I kind of wish that was my style. But we all have different styles. So I'm just trying to see if I can find that. And one thing that we did in our business builder group is we did dream boards. And so we shared pictures of our dreams and why those were our dreams and why those were important to us. And so having that vision board, that dream board, to keep looking back onto is a huge part of success also. So, okay, I found it. So let me just share this with you, if it'll load. Anyway, this is about the goals. There was a fascinating study conducted on the 1979 Harvard BA program where graduate students were asked, have you set clear written goals for your future and made plans to accomplish them? 3%, only 3% had written goals and plans. 13% had goals, but they weren't written down, so you gotta write them down. And then 84%, no goals at all. And I'm betting the numbers are pretty close to the same thing for people in their own businesses, in any form of business. But the ones that are successful, here, check this out. So 10 years later, the same group was interviewed again, and the results were absolutely mind-blowing. The 13% who had goals but did not write them down were earning twice the amount of the 84% who had no goals. So they didn't write them down. They earned twice as much money on average. So it's still good to have goals in your head. But the 3% who had written goals were earning on average 10 times as much as the other 97% of the class combined. Goals, people. So sometimes I'll do like a contest or something for goals too, and our one of our leaders does a goal for contest, and it has been amazing. And some of our members have won $100, $200 product credit from doing those contests too. So, you know, because we have all these people in our upline, it's called, people, you know, in this organization, and some of them do contests. We are always getting more opportunities for free stuff. And you don't get that in other business structures. So, one other thing I want to mention is there are different ways that we can support people that are in our downline, helping them build their business too. And so we talk to your sponsor, your enroller, about that. It differs per person. We all have different ways that we do it and stuff, but we want to support you in this. We want you to succeed in this. So if you're working on that, let us know. If we don't already know, let us know. We have a business builder group for those who are enrolled in my downline. So that's anybody in Don Powers' downline, and Kristen's downline, and Joy's downline, and all these people. And so if you're in my downline and you're interested in getting into the business side of it, or just sharing it, you know, maybe saying the business side is kind of intimidating because it's sharing it, having a passion for it. If you're interested in that, let us know so we can add you to our group. You know, we just share encouragement to keep going. We share, you know, our successes and our failures with each other, and we brainstorm about different ideas and things like that. So let us know if you want to be added to that group. If there's something that you guys are wondering about that I haven't answered or that you want me to answer tonight, let me know. Go ahead and comment. Otherwise, you know, if you've got somebody you want to share this video with, as soon as it's done, as soon as we're done live, you can share it, and I'll upload it to YouTube soon too. But just feel free to share it with people who maybe are intimidated by it, but you know, not just the wellness portion of life, but people who need the purpose and the abundance in their life too. You know, I just hesitated for too long, and it was time that our family could have had together more. And so I don't want to see anybody miss out on that. And there's nothing wrong with starting and then deciding it's not for you either. So you can't lose with this. You just give it a shot, I would say. So talk to us, somebody, whoever, invited you to this or whatever, if you have any questions, and let us know what you're thinking. Just, I get a lot of emails where people say, I don't want to bug you. It's not bugging me. It's not bugging any of us. We're a team. So let us know what's going on in your heart and what we can do to help you with that. So hopefully that helps. I will talk to y'all later. Love you guys lots.